Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with this, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside, so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's going to happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson when you find that little thing that you're going to practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Kloppel Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. And finally, it's most people's favorite. This is application, where we take the past concepts from other live lessons and we see how they apply to an actual, real song that already exists. And since there's like 1,000 different ways to play any song, you're just going to work on the version that is appropriate for your level. So that might just mean playing one note at a time for right now. Or maybe you're working on chords or covering the full song. Or maybe you're just seeing how the song breaks down so you can better write and transcribe your own songs in the future. But whatever your level is, the goal is not this song. So even if you don't play the whole entire song, you'll get better by even attempting a little bit of it, and attempt it we shall. Welcome back to Learn Piano Live. My name is Jamin, and this is Blurryface Kendra.
Guess what? So since I haven't had school in the last couple weeks, I've rediscovered my love of Netflix, and I've been watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy.
Now, hang on, time out. You just got Netflix like 6 months ago?
Okay, so here's the thing. My dad got Netflix, but we couldn't figure out how to get it on the TV. And then my mom got Netflix and figured it out. And so now we have it on the TV, and I downloaded the app. So
How is he watching Netflix without you?
I don't know.
Sounds like a story where he probably just didn't want you guys to, he's like,
Probably.
we only have one screen.
Yeah,
That's going to be my phone. I don't know.
Guys.
It doesn't work on the TV.
Yeah.
No, your dad's a nice guy.
He just got it for free, and then he couldn't figure out how. Anyway.
Cool.
Long story.
So, what's your jam right now on Netflix?
Grey's Anatomy, and I'm thinking about like starting to watch The Office or something because they've got like a lot of seasons, and I've never seen it.
Oh!
Oh no.
Okay, sorry.
I'm really worried now.
I've seen each episode.
Oh.
Tens, dozens of times.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
ridiculous.
I'm thinking about it.
But
We'll see.
I've heard that this new one with like the tiger dude is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I've heard that too, but it
Uh-huh.
sounds really sad.
It
So I don't
sounds
know.
awesome. I want to.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know much about it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean sad for the tigers?
Yes.
Oh, I know, but don't the tigers eat a bunch of people in the?
Well,
I'm
I
rooting
don't
for the
know
tigers.
anything about it. I just heard that it was. I don't know.
Well,
I've only heard.
speaking of
Yeah. Anyway.
smallish, indefensible. Not. I guess. Yeah. I was gonna try to make a transition there into Winnie the Pooh, but
It just
Winnie the
didn't
Pooh versus the
work,
lion is
so.
gonna be as ugly as the Tiger King versus the lion. So let's not think about that. He's all stuffed with fluffing. That's part of the lyrics. Kendra's never heard this song before, and
I haven't. It's a
so
shame.
I think a lot of you who requested the return to Pooh Corner by Kenny Loggins thought you were requesting this one because as soon as we did that other lesson, people were like, oh, that's great. Thanks a lot. Also, how about we throw in the Winnie the Pooh theme? So now we're doing the Winnie the Pooh theme because I think that's what you all were asking for in the first place. But whatever. The Kenny Loggins song was fun too. So this is the real one that you were all wanting, I think. And let me just play through it first, and then we'll talk about all the notes. It goes deep in the 100-acre wood where Christopher Robin plays. You'll find the enchanted paper. And then it does all that again. A donkey named E.O. is his friend. And Rabbit and Piglet. There's a but most of all Winnie the Pooh. And then the part that you all know most, which would go. I think that's it. And to some of you, this song is really important because this is the thing that helps you know what a major seventh sounds like. That thing right there is, minor seventh. Those of you who are doing Gospel Academy and trying to like hear the minor seven intervals, that's the one. Willy-nilly, silly old bear. That's the sound of the minor seventh. But for a lot of you, that made no sense at all. So that's perfectly fine. We'll just keep going with the notes here. The first note that we need is a B flat. So in order to find a B flat, first we have to find a B and then flat it. So we're going to play a group of 3 black notes, any group of 3 black notes, and the note right below the top note there. If we just drag that down, that lands on an A every single time. And that's how we're going to find all the rest of the notes, no matter what group of 3 notes, black notes you pick. If you take the top note and just drag it down a little bit, then you land on an A every time. So if that's an A, then this one should be a B. And if that one's a B, if we flatten that note, we just make it slightly lower, not all the way down to an A, but just a little bit lower, we land on this note right here, and that's why that one's called a B flat. It's like a B, but it's slightly lower than a B, but not all the way down to A. So that's going to be a B flat, and that's what that little symbol is in the middle there. And for right now, you're going to ignore that GM on top, because that's what we're going to do in the intermediate version. So just the B flat there, and then you want an A after that, and as we already discussed, that's an A right there. Now, the next thing that's going to be extremely important, going from this A to this G, you can hopefully see that this makes a line just kind of like diagonally down. So we want to go down a little bit instead of up a lot, because a lot of people are going to go like, they'll play a B flat and they'll play an A, and then they see the G and they'll go, okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And so they're going to play deep in the for deep in the, deep in the. But that's not at all how the song goes. It's going to go deep in the or deep in the, but that should go diagonally down. Then hun, this one's kind of tricky here. I'm always want to put an F in here, but there is no F. So B flat A, G, E, and then D, C. It walks straight down there, and then D, C. That is, and I highly recommend you say all these words out loud as you play. Deep in the 100-acre wood. And then you're going to get to do that line a whole lot. First, you're going to play this A right here for the word where. Where Christopher Rob is the exact same thing as deep in the hun. And then Ben plays is G-A, as it says right here. And then kind of the same thing here. We play that A at the end. You'll, and then that same thing that we did here with that B flat walking down to the E. Find the enchant, and then jump up to the G, and then jump all the way up to, it's kind of clouded in there, but that is a C. C, A, F are those 3 notes. And then you're almost done with half the song. C, D, E, F. That's for the words of Christopher's childhood days is E, D, C, F. And that's, if you just do all of that one more time, that's the exact same notes that you're going to use for a donkey named E or is his friend. And Kanga and Little Roo. These are the exact same notes that we just played up top. The words are just different. There's rabbit and piglet, and there's owl. Yeah, but most of all, Winnie the Pooh. Those are the exact same things that we already did. So that's half the song, and then we're into the part that everybody knows. It goes, Winnie the Pooh. Everybody, that is, except for Kendra, because Kendra's never heard this song before. So if we play all that together, go ahead.
I already clicked on the feature of the day thing.
Oh, hey.
So it's too late. Anyway, today's feature of the day is term of the day.
Okay, fine. We're going to do a cache today.
Yes.
A cache. Okay, so a cache is just where we have one chord that's going to stay the same, but we're going to move parts of the chord around. So, for example, when we get into the intermediate version stuff, we're going to play a G minor right here. And a G minor is just going to be these notes. So a chord is just any group of notes. I'll play this down here so Kendra's face isn't on it.
Thank you.
This is a G minor. We're just playing more than one note at a time. And a lot of times you can like hang on to a chord, but just move like 1 or 2 parts of it. So the most popular cache, probably the most important one, maybe the only one that's an official cache, is where you take the bottom note, the root, and you move it around like this one, and then you play that one, and you play that one. So this is something we're gonna eventually do.
I've heard that.
Totally.
In music.
Yes, So like if you play like slowly, like that's every daytime drama there. But if you speed it up a little bit, then it's like every Latin song you've heard. And then if you move other parts of the chord, then you end up with other stuff too. So like there's a really popular one that takes this note right here and moves it up by half steps. And that's like every James Bond song ever. So you can take different parts of the chord and just kind of move them around, even if you're not like officially changing the chord itself. This right here, still just a G minor, but I'm just kind of moving different parts of it around. So anyway, if you have some chords and you want to experiment with some of that stuff, that's called a cache. That's C-E-S-H. Oh crud! Now I should know what that means. It's a contrapuntal. Nope. Oh crud. Embellishment of a static harmony. It's a isn't it counterpoint? Contrapuntal embellishment of a static harmony. That's not right. The first word is not counterpoint. Contextual? Crud. I don't know what the C stands for, but it's C-E-S-H. Man, it's some kind of piano teacher I am. All right, well, we should probably finish this song up since we only did half of it. But first, let's take a short break. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.